लोग हैं, उनके रिज्यूम्स बना के आप लोग मार्केट में उतर जाएँगे। अब फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल उस्मान भाई को जो सो एक अपॉर्च्युनिटी आई, तो उन्हें वो ग्रुप में शेयर करेंगे कि ये अपॉर्च्युनिटी आई जो सो म तो आप नहीं तो कोई दूसरे और 2-3 लोग इंटरव्यू के चले जाएँगे वहाँ पर। तो रियाज़ को अगर कुछ अपॉर्च्युनिटी तो उन्हें जो सो ग्रुप में पेस्ट पोस्ट करेंगे। तो वो जो सो डिस्कशन टाइप का रहेगा और उसमें जो सो ऑफर लेटर्स आएँगे। अब जैसा किसी एक का ऑफर लेटर भी आ गया तो वो इंस्पायर होके दूसरे से जो सो इंस्पायर होगा। तो ऐसा जो सो हम लोग तो वो ग्रुप को करेंगे इंशाल्लाह आगे।
इंशाल्लाह, इंशाल्लाह। जीने देंगे बिल्कुल, ऐसे ही इंशाल्लाह।
तो उस्मान भाई क्या
जी।
बोलते हैं हमको जो सो क्या करना है मतलब पर्सनली आप लोगों के जो सो क्या कहेंगे एक्सपीरियंस पे काम करना है। अरे हमारे शाहिद थोड़ा रिमाइंडर डालो यार बच्चे जॉइन नहीं करे। डाले रिमाइंडर? ओके एंड प्लीज स्टॉप रिकॉर्डिंग वी नॉट येट स्टार्टेड। हेलो शाहिद। शाहिद। हेलो। ओके सो shall we wait for others or shall we get started? So again, another disappointment. Yesterday there were 10 people and now 5. 5 में से 2 तो एडमिन ही है। तो एक चीज़ मेरे को समझ में नहीं आई यार क्या बोलते हैं इसको लोग इसकी अहमियत क्यों नहीं दे रहे समझ में नहीं आ रहा मेरे को। मैं जो सो अपना वक़्त निकाल के जो सो जब कोई चीज़ शेयर करने के लिए यहाँ बैठा हूँ तो या तो सबको मालूम है वो या फिर उसकी अहमियत नहीं है। आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड ये क्यों हो रहा है ऐसा? और ये कोर्स जो है सो मेरे को ज़्यादा डिसअपॉइंट कर दिया मेरे को क्योंकि जिस तरीके से बच्चों के रिएक्शंस आए ना आहिस्ता-आहिस्ता तो रियली डिसअपॉइंटेड विद द प्रोग्रेशन और जो ऑब्जेक्टिव था, वो ऑब्जेक्टिव जो है सो काफ़ी डिस्टर्ब हुआ मेरा यहाँ पर। ख़ैर चलो लेकिन ज़रूरी नहीं है कि 50 में से पूरे 50 जो सो हमको मिले। आप 2-3 लोग भी हमको अच्छे मिले जो कोर्स का फ़ायदा उठाकर जो सो उनको जो सो अच्छी जॉब मिल गई तो एक को भी अगर मिल गई जॉब तो वी आर सक्सेस। सो एफर्ट्स इज़ इम्पोर्टेंट लाइक अचीवमेंट इज़ समथिंग डिफरेंट। Okay, so let's not wait for others and let's get started. Anyhow, we are recording this one, right? So they can, if they have time, they can look into this. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. Can you please confirm you are able to see my screen?
Yes, sir, we are able
we
to
can
see.
see.
Okay, perfect. So yesterday we discussed in session 1 we discussed about VLAN, trunking and VTP, right? So all three these technologies are related to each other. So now let's talk about quickly STP. Okay, so before STP, what exactly the STP came into picture. So if you see that, so why the VLAN came into picture? Because one switch, okay, so all the by default all switch all ports are in VLAN one. So the broadcast domain and collision domain is same. So the VLAN came into picture. You can physically you can divide them, right? Then the trunk came into picture because you need to pass the VLAN from one multiple VLAN from one switch to another switch. Trunk came into picture. But again, if you have multiple switches, so creating VLAN on the same like same VLAN in all the switches was not possible. So VTP came into picture. So with every problem, there is a solution. Okay. So now what happened? There was another problem. So what was the problem is, okay. So let's say there is one switch here, okay, and another switch here. Okay, switch one, this is my switch one, this is switch two. And you know, you connected the trunk port. Okay. So can you tell me, so what is the disadvantage here between these two switch? What is the disadvantage you see here? disadvantage I'm talking to you? No?
Yesterday we have seen that it will be passed with the like the color codes, red, blue, green, accordingly.
That's called VLAN.
So yeah, so that is actually if we connect directly without tagging it, so it becomes incompatible. Like the communication is not possible between the two.
Okay, so okay, that is actually the added advantage. But
Yes.
what disadvantage you are seeing here in this diagram? One and two switches, and can you see they both switches are connected with a single cable? And what about if this single cable break? So what will happen? So entire communication will be break from between these two switches. So this is the disadvantage. So this is called a single point failure. So only single cable is connected. That's a single point of failure. So what we do is, okay, now let's do one thing to avoid that. Let's connect two ports, trunk port. This is one switch, this is another switch. Two trunk port you connected. So what happen is, trunk port means nothing but the way to pass the VLAN, right? So what happen is, um, let's say the VLAN 10. Okay, one packet came here from here. So what will happen? The switch one will it will take this cable, and it will this trunk, and it will pass to switch two. Switch to, when it will see the tag, okay, this is a tagged packet. So what it will do, it will pass to all its trunk port except it receive from where. So it receive the trunk from this port. So it will leave it, and the same packet it will pass to this trunk port. He don't know who is connected. He don't know actually the source is came from this switch only. So he just found this is the trunk, another trunk, so he just passed. So same packet came to here. So similarly, again, it will go here, here, here. So this is called a loop in the network. So because one request will be loop multiplier, because you have two ways to reach each other. So there is a problem, right? So what is the solution to that problem? So now STP came into picture, spanning tree protocol. Okay, spanning tree came. So what spanning tree protocol does is, the simple answer is, it prevent the loops. So if someone asks you why you added two trunk port here, so you can say to avoid the single point of failure. If you have one trunk port, so if that trunk port breaks, so communication will break. So you added two trunk port. So what is the disadvantage again there? So loop will start preventing. So who is that person? Who is that protocol? Who is preventing loop? So STP is preventing loop. So what how it will prevent the loop is, it will there is some mechanism in the STP. It, by using that mechanism, it will uh, it will drop the redundant port. Okay, 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry. So what happen is, to avoid the loops. So STP, what STP will do? STP will block the redundant port. Okay, STP will block the redundant port. Similarly, if you see this diagram, so you have three switches, right? So if suppose this switch, if it want to switch one, this is two and three. So if switch one want to send some packet to switch three, so there are two options. Either it will take this path, or it will take this path, right? So again, the loop chances are here, because it will come here again. It will goes round. So there should be some mechanism to prevent the loop. So a spanning tree protocol will prevent the loops. Okay, and how does it prevent the loop? So these are the some options. So spanning tree protocol. So it use algorithm to avoid the switching loop in layer 2 devices. So STP work when multiple switches are used to redundant link to avoid broadcast from multiple copies and all. STP, it is an open standard protocol. Okay, STP is enabled by default on all the Cisco devices, Catalyst switches. So STP is it is enabled by default. If in Cisco switches, if you just take two switches and connect two cables to them, so automatically one port will get blocked. So that is the beauty of STP, because STP is enabled by default. Okay, there are some terminology. How the STP block the ports. So what is the mechanism behind that? So there is a concept. So there is a some terminologies here. So first thing is, there is something called BPDU. So bridge protocol data units. Okay. So what will happen? All switches exchange information through what is called BPDU. So what will happen if you connected two switches? Okay. So what will happen? These two switches, they will send a BPDU to each other. It is a kind of packet, BPDU. So they will send to BPDU packet to each other. So now the question in your mind will be, what content will be in that BPDU, right? So BPDU contain lot of information to help switch determine topology and any loop result related things. So BPDU sent in every 2 seconds. See, BPDU sent in every 2 seconds. So what content in BPDU is bridge ID. BPDU contain bridge ID, and in the bridge ID, what will be in the bridge ID is priority plus MAC. So the switches will send priority plus MAC addresses to each other. Okay, that is called a BPDU. So what will happen, priority means, so there is a fixed priority for every switch, 372 or 278. So both switches will have the same priority, but the MAC address, as you know, the MAC address will be different of every device. It will be different. In for switch A, MAC address will different, switch B MAC address will different. So what will happen, priority plus MAC address will send to this guy, and here also priority plus so what this entire packet called BPDU. What contained into BPDU? Bridge ID. And what is bridge ID is nothing but it contains priority plus MAC address. Okay. So now with the help of MAC address, so now if you look at the previous diagram, so in this diagram you saw that the one port got blocked. So now the question in your mind is, why not this port? Why not this port? And in this diagram you see this got blocked. Why not this one? Why not this one? So there is a it happened by using the election. Okay. So now we need to understand the election process of the this one. So now one thing we understand, both switches, they send BPDU to each other, and BPDU will be contain priority in the MAC address. And you know the root bridge, so one of the switch will become a root bridge. So there will be election will happen. If you have two switch, so election will happen to who will become a root bridge. Let's say this guy become a root bridge. So its ports, it has two ports. So these ports will never be a block port. They always been in the forward mode. So he will become a root port. So now this guy remain. So he will called a non-root bridge. So out of he has the two ports. So out of this, one port will get blocked. Okay. So this is a election behind the STP. So I will you will understand here very clearly. So now like, see, if you understand STP, so because this is the interview questions, and if you understand, if you explain well the STP, so like you- your interview will be very positive, right? Because STP is very important, and it is what is called it is used for preventing the loop. Okay, now see here, understanding the STP. So now you will see here. So I have a switch one, switch A, switch B, and switch C. Next 5 minutes, leave everything and just look at the diagram. Okay. So I will make sure you will understand the STP will be in your pocket now. Okay, after 5 minutes. Okay, now let's go ahead. So switch A, switch B, switch C, three switches connected, and they connected with this port. These are the trunk ports. Okay. Switch A has the MAC address. So bridge ID is nothing but, see, as you know, bridge ID is nothing but the combination of the priority plus MAC address. So this is the MAC address of this one, and can you see the priority is same everywhere? The priority is same, but the MAC address is different. Can you see Switch A MAC address is 1, switch B MAC address is 2, switch C MAC address is 3. Okay, so now what will happen? Now I started. So now first when you connect, so every switch will say I am the root bridge, I am the root bridge. So switch A is saying I am the root bridge because I have a priority and the lowest MAC address. But switch B will say no, I am the root bridge because I have a lowest priority and the MAC address. Similarly, switch C will also say the same thing. No, I am the root bridge, I have the lowest MAC address and the priority. But so what will happen? So first like हर शख्स बोलेगा कि जैसे मैं राजा हूँ. After that, what will happen? So they will send a BPDU to each other. So now see here. Now switch B, it send the BPDU to switch A and switch C. So now switch A recognize that the I am root because my ID is Lizard. The ID because the MAC address of mine is 1 and switch B is 2. So I am the lowest one. You know the root bridge. Who will become a root bridge? The lowest bridge ID means lowest priority plus the MAC address. So priority is the same, but the MAC address is less for switch A. So switch A is saying I am the root bridge. But when switch C got it, so switch saying my MAC address is 3, but switch B is MAC address 2. So I think root bridge is switch B. Okay, so two things happen. Now second switch A will send the BPDU to B and C. So now switch B will calculate, oh, I think my MAC address is higher than switch higher and switch A MAC address is lower. So I am not a root bridge because my ID is Lizard. And the same thing, it will remove and it will store that, okay, root bridge is actually switch A. Similarly, switch C will also think that no, actually the root bridge is switch A because it has the lowest MAC address. So now you understand. So now what happened is switch A become a root bridge because why it become a root bridge, and because it has a priority plus the lowest MAC address. He win that election, so he become root bridge. So now what will happen when he become a root bridge? So it's two ports. These two ports, it will never ever will be blocked. It will be always in the forwarding mode. So now we left with the four ports. So out of four ports, one port is going to be blocked, right, with the STP. So now what happens is this speed is 100 and common speed everywhere. Okay, now next, what will happen next? Now the switch A is a root bridge, so its port will also called a D port, designated port. Okay, and you know the switch B, it will find a shortest path to reach. So every switch B and C they call a non-root bridge. So non-root bridge means, so every non-root bridge they will find the shortest path to reach the root bridge. So if you go to the B, so if you want to reach to A, so can you see the speed calculate? If you take this path, so 100 plus 100, so it will be 200. But if you take this path, so it will be 100. So it will take this path to reach the switch A. So when it take this path, so this port is never be blocked. So this port is called as a root port because by this it identifying the root port. Similarly, switch C will also be, this port will be also a root port. So now we understand designated port, root port. So out of this four port will never be blocked. They are in, so STP will not block this port. Now what left? This guy left. So the port will be blocked either this or either this. Okay. So out of these two, the port will be get blocked. So now we understand. So this guy become designated port, and this is called a non-designated port. And finally, 24 it blocked. Why? Why the 24? Why the 24 got blocked? Okay, because if you see here, B and C, who like in the B and C, so who is the leaser? So B is having the MAC address 2, C is having the MAC address 3. So who is the leaser? So this guy again become a designated port. And who is the lowest port? So this guy become a block port. So STP will block the port like this. So understanding STP, you can watch this video multiple times, you will understand it. So designated port, root port, and finally we understand the STP. So there are some costing. Okay, so STP take a time. So it will have a states, disable state, blocking, listening, learning, and forwarding. So listening and learning. So every switch will have it will first it will learn first it will listen 15-second, learns 15-second, and blocking 20-second. So 50-second was taken by STP, which is very high number, because when you to connect two switches, okay, so to calculate this entire process and block the redundant port, STP takes 50-second, so which is very high number in the production. So the people started crying that no, we want speed, we want speed. That's why the STP flavors came into picture. So what are the STP flavors? STP flavors are port fast, then per VLAN spanning tree, then rapid spanning tree, multiple spanning tree, then per VLAN rapid spanning tree. So this is the most popular, per VLAN rapid spanning tree. Okay, so what will happen and how it work, we will see in 1 minute. So we'll see in the diagram now. So STP, it is something, it is a by default, it is allowed, so you no need to do anything. It is just okay, this is yesterday's diagram. So if you just I can just remove it. Okay, so now you want to do the STP lab, right? So what you need to do is, okay, so now take two switches. Okay, one switch here, one switch here. Okay, and connect them with the trunk port. Okay, so let's say the port 23 to 23. Okay, and port 24 to 24. So trunk port. So you haven't connect do anything, but can you see the right now the port is amber color, orange color. So if I go and check here in the switch, so you what you will see here, so just say show spanning tree. So can you see right now listening mode, they are into listening mode. Can you see now the learning mode? Can you see here listening, learning, listening, learning? So it will take 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Now can you see it? It forwarding, listening, learning, forwarding, listening, learning, forwarding, and it is still. And when you see the forwarding, it means it is a green. Okay, now can you see it? So both ports. Okay, now without looking the diagram, I can say that this switch. Okay, let's say config terminal. This give the switch name, host name, switch one. So this switch one. When I say show spanning tree, so can you see this switch has all ports forwarding? So I can confidently I can say that this guy is a root bridge. And can you see the same thing written here? This bridge is a root. Because why? Because it has the lowest MAC address, it win the election. Okay, and that's why in the STP, it win the election, it become. So I can and if you go and check the diagram, can you see here in this diagram, this switch, one of the port is orange. Orange means it is nothing but the block. Okay, if I go here and check here in the switch, enable config terminal hostname switch 2. Okay, so now if you go and check show spanning tree, can you see here one of the port is forward and one of the port is block. And so it is showing alternate, it is showing alternate. So this port is blocked. And this switch, it will also keep the address of the root bridge. So it is saying the address of the root bridge is this one. The MAC address of the root bridge is actually this one. Okay, here this one, bridge ID. So it will store that. And the forwarding means this port 23, this is the port, it is reaching to the root bridge. See, so this guy become root bridge, this guy become non-root bridge, right? So now what? Okay, now see, this port is temporarily blocked. So what? And currently the traffic, your traffic will go from port 23. Okay, so let me shut down port 23 and see what will happen. So I'm going here in switch one, and config terminal interface interface fast ethernet 0 by 23. And what I'm doing, I'm making shutdown. So now go and check show spanning tree. So can you see, um, if you go here, okay, now see here. So now this particular, now spanning tree again recalculating the stuff. Show spanning tree. So now listening. See, this port is in now listening mode. Now it is in learning mode. LRN, learning mode, learning mode. So 20 second, 15 plus 15, 20 second taken here. spanning tree. I'm just making show spanning tree. So now what will happen? So okay, now it become forward. So can you see here the previously this port was blocked, but now this redundant port got shut down. So automatically spanning tree make this alternate port as a forwarding, but it takes 50 seconds. So that was the disadvantage of the STP. Okay, so the people was crying, no, we want speed, we want speed. So now, so what happened is spanning tree features came. So now let's say I'm connecting something here. Okay, so I'm connecting one server here to the switch. So when I connect here, so when I connect this switch, so can you see currently it is in orange. So if I go and check here, so if I go and check here, show spanning tree. So can you see listening? So first switch is listening that port on port one. So listening, 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 listening. Okay, okay, now it's learning. 15 second, 15 second, learning, 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 learning. Okay, now after 50 second, now see it is still learning, but now it is become forwarding. Can you see here at the green? Now it become forwarding. So spanning tree, it takes 50 seconds, so which is not required. So there is something called, okay, so what will happen is config terminal interface fast ethernet 0 by 1. So somehow this port again becomes shut down. Okay, so now can you see this is a red mark, and now I'm making it no shutdown. So can you see here again the spanning tree will take time. Can you see again the spanning tree in listening mode, then listening, 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 listening. Now it will go to the learning state, listening, learning. See the learning, learning. So now just think about your active directory server is disconnected. So your entire authentication and user traffic will be impacted. So we can't okay, now it become forwarding. So it take 50 seconds to back the server. In the real time production time, 50 second is very huge time. You can't afford that. So there is the option. So spanning tree options came. So no. So what I'm going to do is interface fast ethernet 0 by 1. Okay, I'm going to put one command spanning tree port first. Okay, now I made this port as a first. So now can you see the magic of spanning tree? What will happen? So I'm going here again to the interface and I'm making it shut down. Okay, now see here it is red. So now I'm making it no shutdown. Can you see here magic? Green. Where is the spanning tree? Shutdown red. No shutdown. Green. So port fast, spanning tree port fast. This it make this process very faster. It reduces the blocking and these states, and it improve your speed. So what the command I have used? I have used under the interface do show history. So you will see I put this command spanning tree port fast. Okay, so it will so it is the enhancement of the HTTP. So similarly what I can do, okay, now in our above example, so this port is still block port 23. So what I'm going to do again, I'm going to make that port 23 up, no shutdown. So now let's check show spanning tree. So now can you see here listening port 23 was blocked, now it is in listening, 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 listening. Just see here listening, 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 learning. Now it is in learning mode. Okay, learning, learning, learning. Now it is taking 50 seconds to make the forwarding. See, because the entire spanning tree election is going on. Okay, now it is forwarding. Can you see the green mark? So again, that previous port is again become alternate port now. So now you need to make this speed very fast. So what you can do is we can enhance it. Config terminal spanning tree global command spanning tree rapid fast spanning tree mode rapid pvst rapid per VLAN spanning tree. So just enter this command globally. Done. Similarly same command you need to enter on here, this switch, config terminal, spanning tree mode, um, rapid per VLAN spanning tree. Done. Okay, now see here. What is the advantage of this particular port? So what I'm going to do is the port 23, which I was shut down. So I'm making that port again shut down. Okay. So now see the difference here now. So I'm in port 23. So now look at here. So previously this port, when I shut down, so it take 50 seconds to make this port as a forwarding. But now see here, shut down. Can you see here? Within a fraction of second, the backup port become forwarding. And if I make no shutdown, can you see? Within a fraction of second, this port become forwarding. So this is the beauty of spanning tree. Okay, this is the beauty of spanning tree. Now making the this is the enhancement of the spanning tree per VLAN rapid fast spanning tree. So it reduces the time. So we understand spanning tree and the port fast and the spanning tree. So now let's say you want to make this guy as a root bridge. There should be possibility, right? Because let's say your this hardware is a new one, okay, and this hardware is the older one. But what happen is by default election will happen and this guy become a root bridge, but you don't want that. So in that situation, how you will make this guy as a root bridge? So currently if you see here, this switch show spanning tree, it is having a block port, so it means it is non root bridge. But I want this switch to be root bridge. So what I'm going to do, config terminal, I want to make this as a root bridge. So spanning tree, okay, um, let's say spanning tree uh, mode, not mode, spanning tree VLAN. Let's say for the VLAN, right now we don't have any VLAN, so VLAN 1 we have. So VLAN 1, so what I can do, root. See, there are two options. Either you can change the priority or you can make two options like root. You can make this guy as a primary, okay, and another guy as a secondary, another switch. Let's say you have redundant switches, core 1 and core 2. So you can make this you either you can use the root command or priority command. So let's say let's use the priority command. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the priority. Okay, so bridge priority in increment of the 5096. So you know the lowest priority will always win. So by default spanning tree, what is the priority of the spanning tree? If you go and check the command, do show spanning tree. So see, by default priority is 32769, both switches having the same value, but the this MAC address is higher. Okay, this switch, that's why it become non root bridge. But what I can do, I can reduce this value. I can make this switch as a root bridge. So what I can do is spanning tree, VLAN, for which VLAN you're going to do, VLAN 1, I'm making a priority, let's say 4096, so recommended one. If I click this one, so now just go here and check. Can you see this? Now this switch become having the block port, and this port become like a forwarding mode. So if you go and check here, show a spanning tree. So can you see this guy become a root bridge now? This switch to become a root bridge. Why? Because its priority is reduces 409697, and this guy, the previously this guy was the like a non root bridge, but now it become a non root bridge. Why? Because it has the switch one become so now this two ports are forwarding, and this if you look this switch, now this situation will be changed here. So now see here, the block port came here, STP. Okay, STP is used to enhancement and port fast you need to use, and there are some scenarios where you want to use the STP. Okay, so let's move back to our slides. So these are some enhancement port fast we have seen, and this per VLAN spanning tree, rapid fast spanning tree. So you know that this is the one which is combination of all. This is the more enhanced one, rapid fast per VLAN spanning tree. So spanning tree you can run per VLAN, like if you have VLAN 10 and 20, so you can have and you have two switches, core 1 and core 2. So what you can do for VLAN 10, you can make for the VLAN 10 core 1, you can make a primary for the spanning tree, and for VLAN 20 you can make a core 2 as a primary. So those things can be done with the spanning tree. So this done. So let's move back to the another chapter that is called ether channel. So this is very simple one, bundling. Okay, so now what we understand is whenever you connect two ports, so spanning tree will block that. Okay, whenever you connect two ports, okay, let's say you connected these two ports, uh, you have switch 1 and switch 2. Okay, and you connected two ports for redundancy purpose. Okay, and what happened, and let's say this is a 1 gig interface, and this is also 1 gig interface. So when you connect a two port, so this is switch 1, switch 2. So what will happen is spanning tree will block one of the redundant port. So now again you have the redundancy, but still your speed is 1 GB. Your uplink speed is 1 GB. But your management asks you, no, we want more speed. So what is the next level? So what you can do, you can change the switches and make it use a 10 gig interface. So that is possible. But no, we can't change the switch now. But what how to improve the speed? So what you can do is you can bundle these two interfaces. So ether channel will come into picture. What is the ether channel? It is logical bundle of physical ports. So you have two ports, 1 gig, 1 gig. So you can make it bundle, so it will become 2 gig, 2 GB interface. Okay, 2 GB uplink, and so it will be one port for the switches. So if you have a one switch, see, if you have a one port connected to each other, so will spanning tree work here? No, because a spanning tree will come into picture when you are two cable. But you know the logically this you are making this port stronger, so it will be thick. So it will be logically one port. So spanning tree will not come into picture, and you will get a 2 gig speed. Okay, so this is the advantage of ether channel. And another place is if you have one server connected here, okay, and server has like 1 gig speed. So if you want, some server will have two NIC cards, so you can connect like this, some Oracle servers and other servers. So you can connect two NIC cards and you can bundle them. Okay, you can bundle them by using the ether channel. So how the ether channel work is, so this is the example. See, bundling you can do it on the uplink. See, trunk means uplink, we called it a uplink. So now logically it become 2 gig uplink. Okay, redundant connection. Okay, and and if you have a server, you can make this one also uplink, so by using the two cable. So if you see here in this switch to switch, when you say here, so what is the problem here is single point of failure, one cable, single point of failure, and less speed. But with the help of spanning ether channel, you bundle it and now it become 2 gig. Okay, so how the ether channel work is, ether channel have two protocols, PAGP and LSCP. So PAGP, it is a Cisco proprietary. Okay, and Cisco and LSCP, it is a standard one. So when I say the Cisco proprietary means if you have a Cisco to and Cisco switches, and if you are making a bundle Cisco switch to Cisco switch, so you will by default you will use a PAGP. Okay, but if you have a Cisco switch and this side you have a Juniper switch, okay, Juniper switch, so at that time you will use a LSCP. Or if you have a Cisco switch and you are connecting a Oracle server, means you are trying to combine two different vendors. So that time we will use a LSCP. Okay, link aggregation control protocol. PAGP for the Cisco to Cisco, link aggregation protocol for two different vendors. So very simple. So how to do the PAGP and LSCP? So let me okay, let me remove this diagram, spanning tree. Uh, Say yes. Okay, now I'm taking two switches. Okay, one switch here, one switch here. Okay, ether. So now I'm connecting them like this. Uh, I'm connecting with the trunk port, one port here, port 23 to 23. Okay, and port 24 to 24. Okay, so two ports you connected. Now you know that now what will happen. Now you connected this interface, but spanning trees right now is going on. Can you see the orange? Now it is listening, learning, and forwarding mode. So it will go there, and what will happen? One of the port will get blocked, so you will not get the redundancy. But now our objective is we want to make this bundle. Okay, we want to make this. Can you see right currently? One is green. Green means forwarding ports. Okay, so now out of this, can you see now this time the switch 6 it become okay? Can you tell me by looking here who is the root bridge here? So obviously root bridge this guy and non-root bridge here. Why? Because non-bridge has the a block port, but we don't want that. We want a bundle of these two port. So how to do that? Just go here, go to the switch. Okay, so enable config terminal. Give the host name always to understand. This is a, let's say switch one. Okay, so now first we need to create a interface port channel. Okay, give the number port interface port channel one. Okay, I have given the name number, and here um, port channel one, and you just created that one, and exit it. Okay, similarly now what you need to do, you created a logical interface. If you go and check show IP interface brief, so you will see that interface here. See, this is the logical interface, but currently it is down. Okay, and if you say show ether channel summary, so currently it will show you, okay, there is one ether channel, but there is no ports assigned here. So now you need to take this port 23 and 24 under this ether channel. So how to do that? Config terminal. So I will use the range command. Interface range fast ethernet, sorry, interface range fast ethernet 0 by 23 to 24, right? These two ports I'm configuring. So what I need to do, I need to say um, uh, port ether channel sorry, port channel, one second. Okay, channel group, sorry, this command. So first you can use the protocol. See protocol, when I copy and paste this command, the channel protocol. Okay, which one you want, LSCP or PAGP? See, LSCP is between Cisco to Juniper, different vendor, but PAGP is by default enabled, but let's use the PAGP. Okay, because it is Cisco to Cisco. One command is done. Now what you need to do, you need to use the channel group command. Just channel group. Okay, which group you configured? Group one. So it will ask which group you want. Channel one. And what next? Mode and say auto. I want channel to be auto. Now can you see it? So now what I have done is, so when I say show IP interface brief, so can you see the port channel? It is currently it is down. But when I say show ether channel summary, so you will see, okay, right now under this port channel, under this bundling, two interfaces came. But right now they are in I. What is I means? Standalone, because other end not yet configured, right? But they are in under the bundling. So now what I need to do, so what I can do, config terminal, do show history, because what I did, I created a host name, I created one channel. Okay, then I created this one interface and this one, right? Two commands. So I what I simply I can copy paste. Okay, I just copied it. Only the host name I need to change. So what I can do, so always use the notepad in your day-to-day life, because it will save your time. Okay, and it will give you some good time to do this. Come on, notepad open nahi ho raha. Kyun? Okay, now it came. So what I can do, I just copy pasted what command. So I want switch to, okay, the port channel and rest everything is same. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so exit. When I say exit, yeah, okay, so copy. So I'm going to switch to, I'm just saving my time. Okay, switch to, uh, and I'm just going to enable config terminal and paste the commands. Finish, done. Now it is a switch 2, and if I say show IP interface brief, can you see here? Now the port channel is up. Okay, and if I say show ether channel summary, can you see it? The port is up. The port protocol is PHP, and P, the port 23P. P means what? Port in channel. So now what happened is, now can you see here the now look at the spanning tree stuff here. So now this all port will get green. Can you see here? All ports get green. Okay, it will take some time, but now there is no spanning tree here. Why? Because spanning tree, when the spanning tree will come into picture when you have a redundant connection. But now with this, what happened? The spanning tree will not uh, um, okay, so spanning tree, uh, so spanning tree. Okay, can you see it is still into learning? Can you see now you don't see the port for 3 and 23 and 24 here because spanning tree blocked that. Okay, now it is a bundle. So can you see all ports are green now? Why? Because now your speed is become 2 gig, and spanning tree does not block that. Why? Because when I go and check the spanning tree, show spanning tree. Now I am seeing only one interface, logical interface PO1, and it is in forwarding. So there is no issue, no talk about the spanning tree because PHP it show spanning tree. Go here, here also one port only, and which is forward, right? So if I go show ether channel summary, so now these ports are in used bundle. So now you got the speed. So now what we learn so far? Okay, what we understand so far. So now we have seen the VLAN, we have seen the trunk, we have seen VTP yesterday. Now we have seen the STP and STP with its flavors, and we have seen the ether channel bundling, right? So these are the switching topics. Okay, layer 2 switching topics, I can say. So these all are comes under this layer 2. So these all are the L2 technologies. Okay, we did not talk about anything IP address, anything ARP address, nothing. Why? Because the L2, this is the L2 level. Okay, now when the L3 will come into picture, so whenever you say L3 means the gateway. When you talk about the VLAN gateway, so the L3 will come into picture. Okay, now so far these are the core L2 technologies. Okay, where you need you no need of IP address, nothing, just a layer 2, flat layer 2 technologies. Okay, so what is the day-to-day activity? You need to create the VLAN, you need to create the trunk. Okay, let's say for example here you got another floor. Okay, so you need to like pull the cable. So the technician, they will pull the cable from here to here, and then as a network engineer your job will be, you need to tell that, okay, connect this port 23. This is right now it is free. So from here port 23, okay, 22 to 23, and you need to make this port as a trunk. Okay, and you can give them 2 ports, make it bundle if you require. Okay, so this is your day-to-day job. VLAN, trunk, VTP, then STP. We don't do much in STP, but we but use in day-to-day troubleshooting. But at the time of installation and all, so we make STP. Like let you have a core switch 1 and core switch 2. The core. So we will make these core switches as a STP, like what is called root bridge. And ether channel, it is again used for uplinks and servers. But now we did not talk about the L3. So L3 is, this is the place where now see, before that, what is the L1? L1 means the cabling. Okay, so you have a cabling, you have a copper cable and fiber cable. Now after that you have a switching, L2 technology. Now we are moving towards the L3. So in the L3, there is something called, now when L3 will come into picture, when you want VLAN to VLAN, when you want to connect two different networks. So that time you required a gateway. You required a gateway. So let's say you have a one interface. Let's say you connected config terminal interface. Sorry, you have a VLAN 10. Okay. Uh, this is one place. Here also you have VLAN 10. Okay, config terminal interface VLAN 20. Let's say 20. Oh, sorry, configure the VLAN interface. Okay, let's do one thing. Because okay, let's do one thing. Today's conclude this one. L1 and L2 we completed. So all your MAC address and these are layer 2. So what in will be in the L3? So L3 will be the gateway will come into picture. In the gateway you will have a router on stick. Okay, so because you need a router there to communicate between two different networks, so router will come into picture. Then you have a multi-layer switch, okay, which is nothing but the switch and the router. Okay, it does a routing table and also MAC table, multi-layer switch. Then in the multi-layer switch you will have one protocol called HSRP, redundant protocols. HSRP, VRRP and GLBP. So this is also day to day your work will be there. So these are the layers, but see these topics are under switch, but these are the layer 3 switch topics. Okay, and after that we have a routing. Okay, in the layer 3 only you will have a routing. ऊपर कैसा लेना? Okay, so routing will come into picture after the switching. You will have a routing. You will have a static routing, and you have a default routing, and you have a dynamic routing. And in the dynamic routing, you have a protocols like RIP. You have RIP. You have EIGRP. You have OSPF, and you have a BGP. And you know your entire routing, switching, CCNA, CCNP, CCI, everything is dependent here only. These points only, these topics only. But you need to go deeper and deeper and deeper. For the CCNA level, this is more advanced because in CCNA these topics will not come into CCNA, HSRP and all. These are CCNP topics, even Ether channel also. Then STP advanced modes also comes on CCNP. So, but you know these things you need to. I want everyone to be in your resume. These all topics. Why? Because now what I want is I need uh, now our time also done. So okay, first of all, let me see how many attendance here. So Usman, Riaz, Zanand, Sheikh, Talib, okay, Abdullah, and we have Waris. Okay, so guys, what I'm going to do in the start, I told so for okay, and for us also there. So for these six, eight guys, so I'm going to create a new group, WhatsApp group. So Shahid, you there? Shahid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Can you just stop the recording, please? Our lecture is done. I want to talk something.
Oh, okay.
Stop recording.